Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Manny here from the Guitar Show in Sydney for another week. Been away for a little while, a couple of days, a few days actually, and took a break from streaming for about a week. I had a lot of work on. My weekend was good, Terry. Yes, I'm feeling refreshed and ready to have another stream today, so welcome on in. We've got some new things to show you. We've got some new tools that are arrived. We've got some spoke shaves. We're going to use those to carve some necks too. We're going to try and change out or develop another technique using the spoke shave method to carve necks. We're not going to do that today, but I'm just telling you we've got the tools. We've got some rounded fluted chisels to do some carving. They help with cutaways and with transitions to neck volutes and heels and things. So these little carved guys, they all arrived. They're all different sized carved little tools. How is your weekend going so far? Nift is in the house. What's going on, Nift? And of course, we are going to start looking at, now I've got this guy coloured and sanded lightly. So I've picked up some scratches and I've taken some of those scratches out. That's coming together now. I've got some colour on there. We're going to rub that right back and get another coat on there to match, of course, the body, which is sanded as well, needs one coat on the back. The front is finished though. Got to carve those flutes out in the next day or so and get that ready for the other colour to go on and get that guy finished. The sides are just being sanded now. We'll get some colour around there with the back and match that up. Today what I want to do is cut these, now that the inlays have all been fixed and they're ready to go, we just want to slot those and get some frets in here and finish that side of things. So we're going to just cut those guys in and then we're going to polish this guy up. So we're going to get some frets in there today. So let's cut those slots and get some fresh wire bent and whacked in there. Whack it in! I've been busy. They look dangerous. Terry, they always look dangerous. Sometimes they're more dangerous than they look. Sometimes they're nowhere near as dangerous as they look. Just like some people. Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm going to flick over to the bench. We're going to get our little saws. We're going to clean these slots out. And we're going to install frets. We want to mark out and gauge out unblock these slots and get rid of that dust. Just run that thin saw blade through them, and I'll get the correct thickness.
Nice.
In there. Dana, what is happening? Hello, hello. It's been a while. Thank you for the resub. 27 months. My goodness, that's awesome. Woohoo! How you doing, girl? Are you well? I hope you're well. Hope you've been okay. Just inspecting those inlays. I filled in all those little crevices and cracks, so they look pretty flush now. You can see how good they look. They're nice and even. That's about 1,000 grit on there, so that's as far as I want to go until I get the frets in. Then we'll give it the full treatment after that. Terry will be excited to see the grits come out again. She likes getting her grits out, so to speak. Am I right? Just getting that very compressed sawdust out of there, and we're going to slot this to the right thickness in a minute, the right blade depth and blade thickness for those frets. Just get rid of all that excessive dust. Check that radius. That radius is looking, it's not really that good. I need to work on that a little bit more. On the back there, it's a little bit lopsided. I'm going to just touch up that radius a little bit just here, on this edge here. Let me grab a block and just give that a quick even out. I'm going to even it out, guys and girls. It's a little bit on the shonky side. Not quite. It's just a little bit of bias on one side. I'm going to just straighten that out. Let me grab some paper, grab some 120. Okay, what is this stuff here? Just want to even that out a little bit. A little bit of bias in the corner there. Okay, that's a little bit better. Keep going. It's almost there. Almost there. Okay, we're good to go. All right, that will be good to go. Let us. What have I lost? There's a problem with that. There's a little crack in that guy. Not good. Right. I'm going to have to fix another inlay. There's a crack in this inlay. God, but this shell is very, very finicky stuff. I'm going to put some, I'm going to get these frets slotted anyway, and then I'm going to work on fixing that inlay there. It's got a crack straight down the middle there. It's developed a little crack. I didn't see that earlier on. I'm going to have to take those sides out and rebend some new sides and put some in there. Okay, let us slot this guy. So I'll just clean those slots out, get the big fret in there, and start working out what we need to do with this guy. Just clear those out first. Shell can be very finicky sometimes, especially big pieces. They can split, they can crack with the sanding. So in this case, I've already done one. I've already replaced one. I'm going to have to replace that one there as well. Part of that one at least. I'm going to see how we go with the fret there. The fret might be able to cover that little crack right at the top there. Just let me get this guy sorted out. Clean those out, get the depth right first. Okay, they're clean. Let's get the proper thickness and the proper depth down on this guy. No, it's just the shell, Dana. I will replace that little piece. It's okay. It's not a biggie. It's no biggie. Now we'll run this guy through and get this guy nice and deep to the right depth with the stop there. Make sure that it's clean on the bottom there. Yep. Okay, we'll keep going. Down the bottom. Once this guy grabs that plastic stopper, we're pretty much good to go. Make sure that's tight. through a few times. Opens up that slot just to the right thickness, just to the right depth. There we go. When that glides smoothly like that, just glides across and it doesn't cut any further, we're down to that stopper, which is the right depth for that guy. So just keep working until we bottom out on that stopper, and that tells us we're good to go to the next slot. We tend to cut the corners down just a little bit deeper on the edges so that the tang goes right down, and then we'll just cover any gaps with a little bit of sawdust to close up any gaps under the fret tang, the stem of that fret. Okay, they're good. Up to here. I'm just going to take a break for a second because my hand's a little bit sore. So I'm just going to ease on in, say hello to you guys and girls. What's going on? A bunch of white on the side. Curious. White on the side. What is he curious about? Oh, no. Fretboard and neck. No, it's a little bit of glue I've got to sand out there. And that is just, I've sanded some of that paint off because I was getting some scratches off there, and I've just got to clean up a little bit of a glue seam just on the tip. That's what you can see there. See, this side is nice and clean. There's no laminate there. It's just I've sanded that back after one coat. I hope that's what you're talking about. No, Vinny. Just a little bit of cleaning up to go because I'm yet to clean this up. I'm just going to get these slots sorted out because they do take time. And I have been busy with other things, so I haven't spent much time working on this piece the last week. I have had a lot on non-related to this job, but I had to get that stuff done. So here I am again, continuing where I left off in a way. Put these down. They're all good. Done all these. Just double checking, making sure we're good down the bottom there. This very, very tight. There we go. Yeah, we've still got a lot of cleaning up to do with this one. But well, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to tidy that up before we're ready for the top, for the finishing. Hand is really, really sore, guys, so I'm just going slower than I would normally go, trying to preserve my fingers and my hand, my grip. It's a little bit on the sore side. I've been doing a lot of physical work, and it's still a little bit achy-breaky from the physical work that I've been doing, so it's a little bit achy. But that's okay, we'll get there. Just a matter of persevering nice and slowly. That middle cut down, make sure that middle's cut down. Woo. It's good. The depth is good. deep, nice and smooth. Once that cut is nice and smooth, we know that we're at the right depth. Okay. Couple to go. Good. When I finish these frets, Terry will tell you I will be ecstatic and over the moon. Look, Rage, I have new fluted chisels for carving, so I'm looking forward to using some of these for cutaways and for transitions and neck transitions and volutes and all sorts of things, little carving tools. I'm always trying to build the tool shop repertoire and the equipment and have variety on hand to perform different cuts of different things. You know what I'm like. Any excuse to buy toys. Okay, we're good there. That one's good too. This is the last one. Smooth, gliding, smooth. Let's check these bottom ones here again. It's a little bit on the tighter side. They look pretty good. Sure they're deep enough. Good. Good. Right. Going to go through the middle again just to make sure there's no bump. Good. Cleaning out those slots with a fine tooth, get rid of any debris. Good there, that's all deep enough. It's a bit shallow. Just clean that through there. Make sure they're deep enough. Okay, they look good. Pretty much there. Okay, we're good to go, guys. Let's get our frets out. Let's get them measured up, bend some frets and get them all sorted. We've got our fret bender, our homemade, our little fret bender right there. Put this sort away for now. I'm going to do a couple up this end first just to get a fit and see what we're like. We've got the big 140, what have we got? Let's get these big or medium jumbos. Where are they? Is that the right one? What number is that? This guy. These are the guys. Indeed. A couple of feet of these. Let's get 6 feet out. I'll need about 5. Give that a red hot go. Yes, these are the medium jumbos. Let's check that out. It's not too bad. Fits there. I think we're going to be okay. Okay, I'm going to leave that one out. I'm going to touch that little bit of shell up later on, and then I'll put that last one in. Okay, we're going to start up this end here. Let's start at fret 0, fret 1. Get a guy in there. Let's measure that out. We're going to measure these. We're going to bend these first. Ooh, Willie Wonko, what's going on? Love Francis is in the house as well. Mav is in the house as well. Tom is in the house as well. I got modded in the chat. That doesn't surprise me, Mav. The Japanese pull saw. No pull saw. What's going on, Willie? How's your week been? Have you been a good girl? Are you causing mischief? Are you giving Van Walen a hard time? Or are you going easy on him? Go easy on the lad. Push that guy through. The radius is a little bit tighter than our sanding. That's okay. Because it grabs when it's tighter. So I've adjusted these so whether it's a 12-inch or a 15-inch or a 16-inch radius, it's slightly tighter on the wire bend. And that tightness allows it to spring upright until you hammer it in. Once you hammer a spring shape flatter, it tends to want to spring back, and that's what grabs those tangs on that those barbs grab when it springs under tension back in the slot. So only a slight variation on the radius, just a little bit tighter than what the neck or the fretboard radius is. That tends to do the trick. Whoopsie daisy, when they twist they're no good. You've got to straighten them up, make sure they're bent straight. There we go. Okay, there's a couple of feet or so. Let's get our cutters. Let's get our little, Terry would like this because it's got numbers on it. We're going to cut them all out, place them in place first, then we're going to go whack, 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 and put them all in. Let me grab my pincers, my little fret cutters. These guys. Okay, cool. Are we ready, guys and girls? Got an app. He's all good too. Excellent. The old-timey telephone jangle. Ha! We've got to come up with a ring, 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 or a little windy. Hello, hello. We've got to come up with some kind of new sound, right, Dana? We've got to do that. We've got to do that. We've got to come up with a new sound. Let's measure these guys up. There's fret 1. Let's pop that going. A little bit of an overhang on either side. Fret 2. Actual fact, that's not very clever of me. I should throw that one away. Always trim the ends off these things before we start. We've got to trim the ends off. That's straight. About an inch, because they don't bend to the radius on the end. It takes about an inch to get them to start bending. So we need to trim those edges. Let's start that again. Okay, so here's the one we've just trimmed properly. That'll fit nicely now. Fret 1. Fret 2. Fret 2. Fret 3. Fret 4. 4. Five. Fret 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raise that up a little bit if I can. Fret 6, fret 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit of overhang. Fret 8. 9, see if that fits. 9 is good. 9 is good. Okay, we're almost halfway there. Let's get the other 2 feet now. Trim the ends off that. We waste about a fret and a half by doing so, but we need to do that. Fret 9, fret 10. Eleven. 12. 13. 14. 12, 13, 14. 15. 16. Let's see if that's enough for 17. It should be. It should be more than enough for 17. It is just right. Yep, good, 17. Okay, last couple of feet. We only need about a foot probably. We've only got 5 or 6 frets to go. 17, 18. Yep. 19. 20. 21. 22. 'And lucky last, 23rd fret, with the 24th being the open fret at the back of that wire. There we go. 23 frets, 23 wires, separating 24 frets. Let's go and let's start banging them in. Do we bang them in now, Terry? What are we doing? Are we going to bang them in? Everyone's favorite G string. That's the one. Sassy veterans have you been hanging out with? Ha! I'm using stainless. Rage, it's, oh actually, let me just double check that. I think they're stainless. They're pretty hard. Stainless. Yes. Stainless. Hammer. Hammer time. Get your hammer pants on. One. We're going to put a little dab of glue on there. We're going to do the old glue trick just to keep it from coming loose, which they won't. Once they bite in there, they should be good. Where is my glue, by the way? Rage, where is my glue? What have you done with it? Terry, we've lost something. Quick, exclamation, lost. It's right in front of my fat eyes. Somewhere. Put some of this stuff away. Don't glue them in. Rage, I won't glue them in. I'll just bang them in. They should be fine. I like gluing them in, but I will bang them in because they will be just as good. Here we go. Tapping one end. That. Hammer the rest in. Whoops, it's come out. Hold it down. There we go. That's pretty good, Rage. She's as flat as a tack. Not bad. And that's dug in now, so that's not moving. Two. Let's get two in there. Two. Number two's in. Flat as a tack. Nice. Three. Tap each end first, then bring the center down and spread the spring open, and it'll grip into that timber, into that wood. One end, two ends, center. Flat as a pancake. Yeah, you can do the edges, and also these depths, the depths of the fret slots here are quite good. There's no overlap, but if you do have a little bit of backfilling to do along that strip, what you would do is glue that in there, and then backfill with some sawdust and glue, and that will keep those ends down if you need. So you are right. Yes, absolutely. Rage is correct. Give it an eyeball, dead flat. I like it when they're dead flat. Look. What does that mean, Terry? We haven't drilled that hole yet, Terry. That's coming up next, Terry, just to let you know. Looks great. Look, they're straight. That's the main thing. Get them as flat as we can, Rage, and then flatten them out even further with the sandpaper when we need to. Go in there. Bite, you bugger. Bite, I say. Bite. Is that a little bit crooked, that one? Ooh, it's a little bit funny. How are we doing there? Let's get that guy in there. Bite this one. This one's a bit stubborn. I'm going to throw that one away and I'm going to cut a new one for this guy. Sometimes when I roll them, they do have a bit of a kink in them. You can barely see it, but it does make a difference when you're trying to line up the tangs with the slot. And that one went in. That's good. Yep. Okay. 6. Wunderbar. 7 is in. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. Flat 8. A little bit on the shallow side. That middle one needs a bit of cleaning. A bit high in the middle, so I'm just going to just saw that down a little bit further. Just to sit that guy in a little bit flatter. Get the right, use the right fret. That's better. Good. Nice. Yep. Right. Number 9. Make sure that's deep enough. Number 9. Ja, ist gut. 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Eleven. Yeah. 11's good. 12. Oh, that's good. It actually looks higher than it is with the shell under it. It looks higher than it is, but it's not. It's actually as flat as you can get it. They're sitting right down there, so that's pretty good. 13. We're getting there. Band. Thank you very much for that spam removal, Mr. Rage. You are awesome. Rage doing a wonderful job, everybody. Big round of applause for Rage. Exclamation clap. It won't work because Dana deleted the command, but anyway. It's the thought that counts. Isn't that right, Dana? Nice and flat. Good. 14. This is working along nicely. Oh, I love it when it's flat. 15. Over. 15, 15, 16, 15. Pretty flat. Flat as a flat tire with a nail in it. And fast. Infamous. That's the rage that we all know and love. He is a gun. A quick shooter. Slick shooter. Fires from the hip. Bang! Spammers are dead. Flat as. 17. We're getting there, guys and girls. So you notice how I hit one side, it springs up on this side, and then I hold that side down so it doesn't bounce out, and I nail that side down, and that sort of leaves you a little oversprung center. Now, when I hit the middle, that actually goes from that to that, and it pushes those ends out. It extends because it's under tension. It springs it out, pries that spring open, and that just tries to spring back, and it grips, and that ain't coming out easily, right? I can pull that out, but I will tear it. So that's how we do it. One end, the other end, high spot, bang, flattens that out and gets those edges biting and gripping in. Those tangs do their work. They get in there, and then you push them along the slot, and they bite into the side of the slot. That's how you keep it in there. Whew. Let me just clear some of these commands here. What's going on my screen here? All right. What's happening here? Cool. Alrighty. Okay. 18. We're almost there, guys. Just a few to go. 6 to go. Try and get that guy to even up. Bite. So. Go. One end usually bites and straightens out the other. There we go. And then that high spot in the middle, bang, and it pushes it all out and flattens it. Just knock those ends down again if they do come up. And we get a very, very flat fret. You can barely see the frets above the surface. They're very flat. That's how we get them in. Nice and flat's important. Means we need to level them still, but they'll be really low and attain a very low action on this shredder. 19. Perfecto. Perfecto. Hydrate. Rage did that earlier, and I've been focusing on frets and things. I've been fretting my way around this. So how about we have a drink to Rage? Thank you for your excellent moderation, sir. Cheers, big ears. He's looking up Rage's old address. Very good. Question from Thomas. What does it say? Is there an ideal height of the fret over the board, or does it depend on the player? It really depends on the player. You get different profile frets. Some are wider and flatter. Some are higher and thinner. So high fence line, medium fence line, low fence line. The important thing is to get a flat, consistent level right across the whole fretboard. And that means you take that crown off. And it could be a really low crown, which, I mean, I've actually installed frets that have been level and the player wanted it at that height, so you didn't have to level them. They were just, I pretty much just cleaned them up, polished them, gave them a light sanding to get any residue off there, repolished them, and they were done. We didn't have to crown them. We didn't have to do anything like that. So it really is up to the player. You can get different heights and thickness and height and profile. Some frets look like that. Some frets look like that. Some frets look like that before you even level them. These are medium, so they're about there. They're reasonably flat. They're medium jumbos. The wide jumbos are even flatter because they're wider at the top, from the top of the fret to the bottom of the thickness through the middle. So, but then you get really thin frets that are up really high, so you take a big chunk off them, maybe about up to, a fifth or a sixth of the total height, and then you turn them from that to sort of that, and they're a little bit lower, a little bit sharper, a little bit higher. It's all up to the player and the style that they play. If they want really fast action, it's got to be really low. Otherwise, their fingers are working really hard getting that string, that extra 1/20th or 1/10th thou down onto, getting that down force, extra distance. It's only a 10th or a 20th thou of an inch, but it's enough to make a difference if you're playing fast and for a period of time. Okay. Very, very lovely question. You can be serious. I like it when you're serious, Tom, because it means you've thought about it, as opposed to all your dad jokes, which you've also thought about, because they're very good, some of them. Some of them, I won't say all of them. Nice and flat. 21. We're almost there, guys. 3 to go. I'm really happy with the way these are coming along. They're pretty good. There'll be a couple of high spots, but we'll sort that out. Lucky last, 23. Check them all for flatness. They look pretty good. There's one or two maybe potentially high spots. We've got to find out soon. We'll just trim those off and we'll check. Trim these off and just check the heights. Whoops, that one's come right out. Whoa. I might have to glue that guy in. That slot might be a little bit wide for it, I'm not sure. It's sitting flat. I might just glue the sides of that one in. We'll see how we go. make sure I don't leave any shrapnel on here and dent any of the wood. These are pretty solid, they're not moving. We'll tap them in again and we'll check the heights. And if we need to tap any in, we'll fix them in. They feel pretty solid though, pretty sturdy. That first fret was a little bit on the loose side. We'll probably give it a little dab of glue just to keep it in. She's done now. These guys. We'll file the rest flat to the fretboard. And we clean up that edge of that fretboard as well. Okay, so there they are. Just give them a light tap. With the profile block. Let's do a preliminary check of the heights. Very good. That's a little bit high. Very good. So far, so good. That one's a bit high. Tiny bit high. We'll level that one out. Flatten that guy. They're good. High. Good. There's a couple of high ones, but that's okay. We'll level those out. When I say high, they're very, very marginal. It's good. Very good down the back here. Oh, yeah, they're excellent. Nothing high there. There's only one or two here. That's okay. That's good. What we're going to do now. All right, let me just have a quick look at that. See if there's anything noticeable. I can't actually see them protruding up over. There might be just a higher fret just a slightly higher fret along that wire, a little bit thicker wire. It does happen. What we need to do now is we need to clean up those edges. I need to get that onto the sanding machine, and that belt sander will level those frets down to the fretboard, and that'll clean up these glue lines on the edge of the fretboard as well. We'll get these glue lines there sorted out when we get that just down there, and just brush that, and then we'll colour that again, and we're good to go. We've got to drill that hole in there as well. Terry, are you ready for the hole? We need to drill that hole as well. I'm just going to give that a little light sand. Let's go over to the machine. Do I need safety glasses? I've got glasses. I'll wear a mask as well, just in case I kick up some dust or metal dust particles. Be safe. Not really. You were born ready, Terry. Come on. Come on. Safety first. Do the safety thing. Just in case. Some of that dust has got debris in it, and particles and metal particles and all sorts of crapola. We don't want to overdo it. What is going on here? What have I done? Here we go. Found it. Found it! Let's put that on. Oh. Put my toque back on, because my ears are cold. Put these on for safety, more importantly. Get those eyes protected. Don't need that. We do need that. I'm going to go over var. Just over there. Somewhere there. Done. Okay, so what that's done, whew. So what that's done is it's got that guy sanded all the way down flush. So these frets now are flush. You can see I've just touched the colour. I've cleaned up that line. That clear line of glue is gone now because that's down to the wood. I can just lightly sand that and get some colour on there. Same with the other side. There was the line of glue. So I'm going to lightly sand that and touch that colour up again with one more coat. You can see those frets are pretty level. What I need to do is hit them now with the hand iron, but the number 1 fret is falling out. That fret slot is a little bit on the wide side, so I'm going to glue that one in. This needs to be glued in, this guy, because he's being a bit stubborn. So I will glue him in. I'm going to put some glue in that guy and get him glued in. Providing I can find my glue. Terry, what have I done with it? Is it in the cupboard? What did I do with it, Terry? Ah, it is in the cupboard, see? I put it away like a sensible boy, and then I've lost it, but I found it. Is there a found command, Terry? Make sure I've got glue in there. Might have dried up. So look. Looks all right. Might have dried up. Let's get another jar of glue. Have I got another one? There should be another one. I hope there's another one. I'm in trouble if there's no other glue. My God! What am I going to do, Terry? What am I going to do? I can leave that out and just glue it in later. I'll just put that up there. I'll get some more glue. I've got another bottle somewhere, but I can't find it now. Let me just check this and make sure there's nothing blocking that hole. And there's a little bit of crustiness in there. It might just be blocked. Oh man. No, it looks like it's done. That's okay. We'll put that in later. That's okay. I'm going to just lightly grab the straight edge now, and we're going to hit those frets and get them really flush, really flush. They're pretty close there, you can see, but I can still feel a little bit down here on the heel. So I'll grab that straight edge, this guy here, and I'll use the 240. I don't use too much, just the 240. And I'll just hit that edge and get that pretty much cleaned up. Nice and flush. Yeah, I can barely feel those now, so that's pretty good. And I'll hit them with the other file when I get close up and flush those out. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, we've got those guys nice and level there. We're going to sand the rest of that with this 240. I've got a few little marks I've got to get rid of as well. So that seam line's pretty good now. need to do is hit this with a little bit of heavy duty grit. There's a couple of big scratches that I need to get rid of. What did I do with that big paper? Where's the big paper, Terry? Here it is. The heavy duty stuff. I need to get in here and get some little scratches out of there. I feel I can still feel them. I'll give that another coat in a minute. Pretty good. I'll hit it with a finer paper as well, the 240, just to get rid of these little coarse scratches that this paper's adding to this guy. Okay. There is a scratch down the middle there. Just getting rid of that. Couple little bumps here. It's all part of the finishing process. Just get rid of the majority of bumps and scratches and what have you. The big ones anyway. Feel. Eyes deceive you. Always use your fingertips. Get a second opinion. Tell your hands to give you a second opinion. I use this paper like a scraper. I just scrape in very small, sharp, and it just gets rid of any real big bumps or scratch marks or chips or scuffs or whatever you want to call them. That with the 240 and just smooth that out. Lighten that headstock a little bit so we don't get too much of a mismatch in colour. That's it, that'll blend in, we can blend that in. That's okay. smooth. No bumps anywhere. Feeling good. Clean those crevices, clean those seams. Make sure they're smooth. They feel really good. Terry! Now, let's find that hole, shall we? Yes, let's do that. Okay, Rage, for your interest, there is that seam line now. No glue. Nice and clean, right? No laminate. No laminated sides. It's a little bit there, actually. There's a bit more. Hang on. Fix that up. Very small amount. Just did that seam there. Get rid of that guy. All right, good to go. Good. That feels good. Okay, let's get this hole found out here. Let's get a truss rod. Let's measure it out. Terry, are you ready? Where's Terry? I want to see. I'll make sure she's here. Okay. Looks great. Well, it's getting there, man. It's getting there. I don't know if it's great yet. There's still a lot of work with this neck. It's very fiddly, and in a way, I wish I didn't use flamed maple because it's a lot of work to get it looking right, if you know what I mean. There's lots of rings. Got some shadows in there. That's okay. We'll even that out in a second. All right, let's get ourselves. I'm ready. You were born ready, Terry. They just didn't tell you. They didn't let you know. Let's get this down. There's our truss rod. That's where she's sitting. So we've got a center hole. It's level with there. Mark out how far down I think that center line is. Let's check, do a visual here. Always line up the truss rod where it is under the fretboard and check where the center hole is. This is how I do them. Now you can obviously do that and extend it before you put the fretboard on there. You could actually drill a hole whilst the truss rod's in there and then do it, but I like doing it this way. Guys, I like doing it this way. Why? You may ask, why is this fool doing it this way? Because I just do. I just do. Okay. Straighten that up. Let's have a look here. Okay. That's where we are, right there. Okay, we've got it. So it's definitely there. We're going to measure the halfway across here. Let's get that halfway line done. 46, 45, 44, what have we got? 45, 27, right there. Measure that across there. That's about right. Okay. We need a hole pretty much right there, Terry. So, we'll grab our little starter drill pack. We get a thin one in there. Get that guy going, like so. Get that guy in there and drill in there. There is a thinner version of that guy. Here it is here. This guy, that fits right in there, and we go straight into there. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Terry, let's do it. We're going to do it. We're doing a pilot hole first. Pilot. We need a pilot hole. Double check my bearings. Start. Get a little start there. Then we get the big guns out. This big guy. And what does this guy do, Terry? What does this guy do, Terry? It gets us nice and flat. Okay, what I need to do is take this up here. Just protect this surface from any spinning and any burning. We want to lay this guy flat, right in there. We're going to get that to bite. Whoops. Drill that nice and gently, straighten it up. And we hit the truss rod perfectly. Just going to give that a little bit of a wiggle. Get a little teardrop shape like that. Have a look at that down there. Grab our little 4-iron from our golf bag. 4mm. This guy here. And we test it. Find it, see if we're centered. Hang on a second. What have I got there? There we go. Yep. So I'm in there and I can feel that just grab in there. Let me see, I'm a little bit off center. Let me just double check that. There, got it. So that's engaged now. I can just feel that turning it slightly. I don't want to turn it. That's good. I will make that hole a little bit bigger. Just a touch bigger. So I can get a bit more leverage. We can see a little bit better now. There we are. We've got more exposure. Guys in there, get that wood out of there. And there we have it. We can just go bang in there like that. And that turns Done. Terry, it's all over. You can open your eyes again. There it is, okay? Just going to smooth that out with a bit of sandpaper. Get that guy cleaned up and give that a stain. Just get those rough edges away from there. Clean up any drill marks. Okay. Get this tape off. Colour time. Terry, are we ready to put some colour on there? Thank goodness. Terry, look. You survived, Terry. We've got that little hole in there. We can access the truss rod. You can see that little truss rod deep down in there. We're good to go. It's done. It's done. No fretting, no scary, no more scary stuff. We've got to put some colour on this stuff here. There's a bit scratch here I've just got to remove. Okay, that's gone. Let's get some colour out. Let's give this another coat. And then we're going to hang this up to dry, and then that's pretty much done. What we're going to do is get these frets dressed and what have you tomorrow, not today, obviously, but let's get another coat on this guy. Got to get that fret stuck in. I'm going to fix that fret there. The rest of it's okay. Right, let's get some colour on this guy. Get the mahogany out, Terry. Where is the mahogany? Yeah, it is. Get some gloves on. This stuff stains like crazy. Like crazy. I said crazy. Whew. Gatto, what's going on? Nathan, what's happening? In my MPS guitar. Yes, that's the one. Look, my friend. There it is. Nathan, left-handed. There's the Viking. Doobie, you got the frets in there now. Okay, we're just going to give it another coat. We just finished getting that. So we've got colour and scoops to go on the body, but to give you a look, it's starting to look like a guitar now. It's starting to come together. Okay, lefty. Got that truss rod access just then. Got to give this neck another coat to match the bod. And then we've got to get colour on here as well, the variations that we want before we get the top coats in. But it's coming along. It's coming along. Odin, that's the one. Odin, the god of gods, I guess. All right, let's get some colour on the back of this, and then we'll flip it over and get some colour on the front. Nice, big, chunky layer of colour. Just going to work it in with this rag. Just work it in and get it really, really prominent. Just get that browning, that reddish burgundy browning going, even it out. Get that in there. Get that get those copper tones going, those reddish burgundy tones going. I'm running out of mahogany, but I've got another one somewhere. Terry. Get a nice dark dollop on there. Get that rich colour. There we go. That's the colour I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, fewer scratches there. That's good. rub right into that grain. Get those edges hit as well. Get those edges hit, there we go. Nice. I will sand that lightly and give it another little touch up later just to even things out. I just want to get that grain popping and raised. You can see that grain starting to pop now. Still a little scratch there. You can't see under the naked eye, but I can see that scratch there. I'll work that out. It used to be a lot longer. I've got most of it. I missed a spot there. That's okay. These scratches are gone, which is good. You can see that flame now. That's coming up really well. I like the cutaway on the bottom of the headstock. You like that? Okay, cool. Oh, you like this one here, you mean? That transition cutaway. Yeah, sure. I'll put some color on that and you'll really see it pop. You'll get a really true indication. That's really coming along nicely now. That's starting to really pop up. Yeah, it's starting to get there nifty. It's really starting to rise now and get some really deep color in it. And with the oil on that, it's going to look even better, dude. It's going to look fantastic. Amazing, I should say. Let's get some dark color in here. Still a couple of little scratches down here I'm going to fix, but that's okay. I'll fix those. A little bit of work still to go on that, just in a couple little tiny spots. Just some scuffs. Get that dark colour on there. Get that heel married up. There we go. You want that consistency. Okay, that's good. It's the back. That colour's really coming along good. There's a little run of ring grain there that's prominent. It cuts through the flame, so I've got to just darken that up a little bit because it looks like it's a dribble of glue. It's not actually. It's just the way the grain is. There we go. If I colour that in, it'll look a little bit better. It's like a little kink in the grain, but that's okay. It's not very consistent or even. That's okay. It's a natural piece of flame maple. So let's get those sides done. Let's hit the underside here as well. A little bit of cleaning up to do in here as well. Just a couple more spots. Let's do the front of this guy. And we'll see that cutaway with a bit of colour on there. I want to get into that. Teardrop as well. Getting those creases hard with something sharp in there. Let's balance that out like so. You can see that's now it stands out with a bit of colour. You can see the profile of that nice and clean. Let's get some colour in here. Really get this colour going in here. Hide those little marks. There we go. Get some deep colour in there. Get that really reddened up. there now. Let's roll this guy up. So. Grab a little brush and I'll just touch up that little guy. Where's my brush gone? Let me get a little ink brush, paintbrush. Clean up that guy properly. Just pop some ink on there. Just a tad. That. There we go. Wash that out. Okay, we've got a bit of colour there. Let's have a look at that on another angle. Different lighting. Okay, so we're getting that bronzy sort of browny mahogany sort of look. Okay, that'll match the body. Let's get that body and fit that guy in there. Neck's a nice fit. There we go. All right, so there we have it. That's the front. There's the back. We've got to add colour to the back of that. I've just sanded that. Second coat's needed there, but that's the colour we're going to get. Once you get that oiled up, she's really going to pop. But it's starting to come again. Whew. Oh, the Parker, yeah, that's really out there, man. Yeah, cool. All right, so that's that guy there. Now we need to get some colour on the edges here. I need to sand those a little bit more. I'm going to do that in off stream because it's a bit boring just watching someone sand. So I will do that. But that's pretty much almost there. One more coat, I think, and we're good to go with the top coats. But we've got to get those frets leveled. They're pretty level now. I've just tested them, but we want to get them flattened a little bit more and just crowned and get that guy really nice and ready to shreddo. So we're going to leave it there and see what happens there. I'm going to take these gloves off just quickly. Take these gloves off quickly. Get rid of those. Whew. I'll see who's on and see if we can raid someone. Return the favour for a lot of people being good sports and raiding us. Let's have a look. Beep, 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 beep. Let's go. Where are we? Who's on? Terry, who's on? Karen Day's still on. Let's go back to Karen Day. She's a cack. She's awesome. Karen Day is my name. Raid. Nice work. Terry, I couldn't have done it without you. You know I need your moral support when I drill those holes. Raid. Karen Day is my name. Is that right? What have I done? Ah, crap. It's just playing games with me again. Please forgive me because it's slow. I might try it on my other chat, on my handset because it's quicker. Live. Oh, here we go. Let's try that. Yep, be safe, guys. No worries. I'm going to raid Karen. if it works. I can't even get a response on my doobie thing. I'll try it on my. Is that working? It is working. Let's enter that and see if we get there. That should start the rate. All right, guys, I'm going to be back probably tomorrow. We've got to get those frets dressed, polished, get that fretboard sorted out, finished. We want that neck finished tomorrow. We want to get the sides. I'm going to sand those this afternoon, get the sides coloured, get the back a second coat of colour. We're almost there. Terry's going to be excited because in the next day or two, we're going to get those top colours going. So hang out and have a look at that. But thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. Great having you here. Thanks for the support, Dana, with the resub as well. And you guys are awesome. I'll see you in a couple of days. In the meantime, catch up with Karen. We'll go back there and see what she's up to. Be good. If you can't be good at it. As I say, look after yourselves, look after everyone around you. Until next time, guys and girls, catch you tomorrow. Be here. See you then. Bye.